Welcome to Fiji, and welcome to the United States Fletcher class destroyer. This boat is fast and capable. Check out that fire rate. And like all the ships in War Thunder, it's absolutely modeled beautifully. But wait, did you hear that?
Hans, turn off the radio, yeah.
Loosen up, you're in a war zone, but the enemy boats are far away.
They'll hear us coming. Was over the propeller? Or mein Minengeschoss? Turn it down, I thought I heard...
His name is John C.
Did I mention that with airburst rounds, the Fletcher can engage targets as small as a BF-109 at around 8 kilometers out? Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And how does it deal with PT boats? Well, there's your first example. Watch what happens next, though. Now, you're watching these rounds explode in midair, and it looks like they're exploding fairly close to the target, which is why I put a few volleys in. But, and I switch ammo. I realized that they're actually exploding a pretty fair distance away from that PT boat, and the reason is they're being triggered by the terrain. So that's something you have to keep in mind in the game of War Thunder. I don't know if that's how they performed in real life, but in this game, they're really intended for taking down aircraft, and if you shoot them close to land, then they're just going to prematurely trigger and not have that fantastic potential that they have in open space. At this range, is there anything aircraft can do against a destroyer like the Fletcher? Not my problem. Alright, enough picking on the small fry. An enemy destroyer. Let's see how I am at long range firing. Now, they've been doing constant updates and changes to the aiming system for War Thunder, and while I didn't have so much of a problem with it before, where the automation did a lot of the work for you, now things have been changed a bit to make it a little more, I don't know, skill based, but it's kind of hard for me to tell where things are pointing at this point, so just a lot of fire in the general direction of the enemy seems to do the trick at these longer ranges. Closing distance, time to launch some torpedoes, and my goal once we get close is to aim for the enemy's ammo rack. But, well, there's always a few distractions when you're in a boat like this, so it never hurts to launch a few high explosive rounds toward enemy flyers. I'm still getting a feel for the right way to play a destroyer, which is part of the fun of being in the closed beta testing, or pre-beta, whatever they call it. And so what I'm doing here is I'm switching targets. I'm trying not to stay focused too much on any one thing, because one of the things that's really stood out for me with naval forces is, even as powerful as a destroyer is, anything can take you out if it gets the opportunity. So my goal is to not let anybody get too close, and I've been letting the other destroyers on my team take point. Here I am taking shots at enemy patrol boats, which are actually what has been winning matches by holding points, and this match is going to be no different, even though you're going to see me do some work with this destroyer. We're playing in arcade mode, which means that ammunition's not really limited, it's just on a timer once you run out, so I fully expect this enemy PT boat to be hauling torpedoes, and the way he's targeted me, well, I was starting to get a little nervous, especially when I started seeing my high explosive rounds exploding prematurely. I swear this never happens to me. And so I switched to armor piercing, which is not the best choice, but I only brought one type of high explosive, so, well, things are gonna get a little hairy, and I fully expected this guy to have fish in the water by the time he got this close to me. So, I guess, lucky on my part, he wasn't packing. or he just hadn't decided to let him go yet, and I managed to get away with that one. He could have cut my destroyer fun short pretty quickly. Well, instead, one more kill for the Fletcher. More picking on the small fry. Yeah. There's just nobody else in a destroyer right now. What's a guy to do? At distance, there's certainly nothing better than a high caliber cannon with a good rate of fire. And the Fletcher, well, she definitely delivers. Let's pull out the old binos. I still can't believe how far out this ship can get aircraft kills. It's really something else. And the travel time on these shells at longer ranges is just something really you don't encounter before in War Thunder. I'm really excited for Naval Forces coming to the game. It's going to bring so many new dynamics to the gameplay of War Thunder, and oh man, can this game get any more beautiful? Gorgeous. Well, looks like we finally have an equivalent opponent to take on. And here you'll see me struggle a little bit with the aiming system, but at this range, you know, it's not too bad, and that's not too bad of a balancing prospect for the game, to where larger ships have to close to a reasonable range before they can effectively target subsystems like the ammo stowage. And once you see those shots start to line up, it's not too long before things start to go my way, and it appears that a few allies are also targeting this destroyer. You really don't want to be the only big ship out in the ocean. So he's spawned in, he's alone, isolated, taking tons and tons of damage, and here you can see just the incredible potential of a larger vessel to take hits. But as my torpedoes come in, you see him turn to avoid. It looks like they despawned just before they got to him, but watch that round sink into the front of his ship. We've officially added a destroyer kill to our list of accomplishments, but no time to celebrate. High fives all around. It looks like there's another enemy destroyer jumping into the melee. Again, he's outnumbered, and oh wow, shots are on track. Taken out in no time. If I was in his position, I might have spawned in an airplane instead of a destroyer, but you know, it looks like his team's doing pretty well, so what can I say? I think again, it's the PT boats, the smaller craft, that are quickly capturing points and winning the match for his team. I'm having tons of fun in the Fletcher, but am I winning the match for my team? No, it looks like Naval Forces is turning out to be one of those game modes where you really do rely upon some sort of team effort. It's a smaller craft in the center with their agility and their ability to rapidly acquire capture points for the team that is proving to be decisive in this game mode. I'd like to see a reintroduction of the map objectives where the goal is to destroy an enemy convoy. I feel like all craft could perform effectively in that scenario, but here in Fiji, with the magical circles as our objective for the combat, it's those nimble craft that are making the difference. Now, would I trade my Fletcher for a PT boat and go cruise out there into the fray? Not in those shark-infested waters. The enemy team is simply swarming the objectives, and that's it for my ship, and with it the match. Victory, Red Team. Let's celebrate our retreat with a glorious kill montage, shall we? the results. And what's this tank Bobby business I see? Secret mission, perhaps. And now let's pour one out for the humble PT boat. Not large or heavily armed like a destroyer or capital class ship, but with a little skill and discipline. Maybe a push. Help. Friend, give push. Fix. You know fix. Okay. Bye bye. Thanks for watching. If you liked it, feel free to comment, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, and the best thing you can do is to share these videos, grow the channel. It's always fun to share a laugh with a few friends. Well, catch you next time.